Hi, this is Brandon Moon with Moonlit Fly Fishing. I want to welcome you to Fly Tying Night tonight. It's an exciting night. We're going to introduce you to a new pattern. It's the SOS Frenchy Hybrid Nymph. This is a hybrid between a thread Frenchie and the SOS Higa. So we're really excited about this and look forward to hearing what you think about it at the end. With that, we'll go ahead and get started. So the hook that we're going to put in the vise today is the Moonlit Premium TOGATTA ML501. It's a size 14 jig. The bead that we're putting in is a Moonlit slotted tungsten bead in a pale olive or apple color. The thread we're using is Semperfli's classic wax watery olive. We're going to start the thread there with a couple wraps, and then we're going to put in a 0.2 millimeter lead-free tying wire and wrap that and secure it down, and then we're going to give it about 5 or 6 wraps, secure it down and trim it out with our hands. Now we're going to take some medium done Coque de Leon from Whiting Farms. We'll take just a couple fibers. We'll kind of give it a good little measurement here and tie it in just at the end of that wire there. We can always shorten it up, as you can see here. We're going to shorten that up just a little bit so that it's just about 2/3 the length of the hook shank. And then we're going to lay our body foundation down back to the bend of the hook. Trim out the CDL. Now we're going to take some 0.1 millimeter fly tying wire in bright silver from Semperfli. And we're just going to tie that in on the side. Get it started. Now here you can pull that back and pull it so that it's even to the lead-free wire. We'll create a little bit of a taper to the body with our thread wrapping forward and backwards. And this is just going to give us a nice tapered profile to this fly like a thread Frenchie does. We'll do that just a couple times, and then we'll go right up into that thorax area where we're going to half hitch this thread so that we can wrap the wire. So here we half hitch the thread so we can put the thread over on our thread bobbin and use the rotary feature on the Nirvana rotary vise with some open spiral wraps up into the thorax area. Here we're just going to lock it in with a couple wraps, and then we're going to take an helicopter and trim that out. Now we're going to take some silver holographic tinsel from Semperfli in the 1/32 inches. We're going to tie that in with the curvature point going down. This is just going to help us make sure that we get a good bend over for the wing case. We want this to go straight over the top of that, so we're going to make sure when we tie that in it's going to come straight off. We'll pull that back so that it gets locked in good and short. Now we'll wrap back to about that 2/3 point where we'll start our thorax. For our thorax, we're going to use Semperfli's gel core micro Fritz in golden olive for this one. And we're just going to wrap that up into the bead. It's about 3 wraps where we're going to tie that off. Now here I'm going to use to clip this out just like I do on my thread, the razor blade, because it gives me a nice clean trim versus a little bit of a tag end when I use a pair of scissors. For the legs, we're going to use golden olive Semperfli micro glint. I just took one long strand, double it over. We'll secure that in. And now I'm going to do a couple wraps of a figure 8 just to help kind of flare out these legs just a little bit so that they're not right on top of each other. And once we're done with that, we'll take our tinsel and pull over our wing case. And we'll secure that down with a couple wraps over the top, pull it back, another 2 wraps. Now I'm going to take my razor blade again, nice clean cut right there. pull my legs back and trim them out at about 2/3 point. You can see I missed that one. It was down just a little further. I'll just take and trim it out. Here we're going to take and do a whip finish. And I'm just going to do a 3-turn whip. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'll trim that out with my razor blade again. Like I said, nice clean cuts. We'll take some Loon Thin Hard UV resin and we'll just put a little bit over the top of that wing case. I'm going to use my bobbin just to kind of smooth that out just a little bit. And then I'm going to use what's on there and put it on the bottom of that thread there just to help secure that knot really good. We'll take our UV light and cure this up really quick. You can see that the legs have a good sparkle to it. Nice slim profile to this. With the weight of the lead-free wire and the bead, it's going to get down really fast. Thank you for watching tonight. We look forward to seeing you again, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a great day.